Well, this is beautifully set up for Global Champions League Round 2. There have been 5 standout teams. In fact, there's 2 groups of sets of teams here after GCL Round 1. There is a handful of teams that find themselves on double clear, and there is a chasing pack of teams that now find themselves on 4 penalties. It does give you the suggestion that this has been rather relatively, dare I say, simple, but relatively straightforward jumping in Global Champions League Round 1. A handful of teams with no more than 4 penalties. They have done the job and set themselves up beautifully for the upcoming second round tonight. Let's show you then exactly those teams that find themselves on double clear as Doha Falcons currently lead. They will be last to go in GCL Round 2, followed by Madrid Emotion. Remember, they were last to go in Cannes a week ago, and unfortunately some fences going down for Eduardo Alvarez Asna lost that for them. Can they try and avoid that mistake today? Falcons Duarte United, fantastic with Hans-Dieter Dreyer and Gilles Thomas. Shanghai Swans, championship leaders, no surprises there. And Razorback International with Christian Kukuk and Philip Weishout returning for the team, put themselves amongst that group of the double clears. 5 double clears going into GCL Round 2. But then, as I said, there is a handful of teams with just a single fence down. You cannot discount them from the Istanbul Warriors all the way down to the Prague Lions. There is a big group that is chasing those 5 teams. Let's show you then perhaps the overall scoreboard to get a better idea as to how things look now at the end of GCL Round 1. And just remind you as to how then there are those 2 big blocks of teams at the end of GCL Round 1. Those on double clear and those then on 4 penalties. Yes, of course, below that, there are a couple of teams that are really struggling as well, but they may be out of the mix as far as tonight is concerned. As mentioned, Istanbul Warriors powered by Carpe Diem Equestrian Team. Stockholm Hearts, that's a good result for a team that's struggling and in need for championship points. Scandinavian Vikings, that's a wonderful performance for them. And the Canstars powered by the Iron Dames, the current GCL defending champions, find themselves amongst those teams on 4, as are their sister team, the Monaco Comets. Basel Cosmopolitans, well, that time fault makes things interesting, but they are still very much in the mix there. And unfortunately, one would imagine that for New York Empire and the Mexico Amigos, etc., going down, that those teams on 8 and more might be difficult to come back from this position now if they are hoping to try and get onto the podium later on tonight here in Ramatuelle, Tropez. These are the results at the end of GCL Round 1 as we officially enter the halfway point of tonight. Let's get some reaction then from those teams that find themselves in these positions. Starting with the Prague Lions, powered by the Czech equestrian team. Anna Kelnerova coming into the mix today. Always a lot of excitement when Anna Kelnerova can swap out the manager hat and put on the rider hat. And let me tell you, she was absolutely outstanding today, jumping on Hurricane DD. Let's get some thoughts and reaction from Anna Kelnerova and her clear this afternoon.
Anna, it's the first time we've seen you jump for the team for a while. What a way to start.
Yeah, I'm very happy that we were able to support the team like this, and it's nice to be back.
Why was it this stage that you thought was the time to come back?
Well, I had to take my time to develop the horses at the beginning of the year. They were not ready to jump at a 5-star level. A lot of them had to come back, so it was a lot of building. I have a few new ones that I also have to build up, so this is exactly the reason why.
It's the behind-the-scenes stuff that often we don't get to see. Just how long does it take to produce these horses?
It depends. If you start from a 4-year-old, then it takes you 6 years minimum, you know. But if they're 8, 9, then you have 1-2 years that you really have to work on them and get them ready and strong and experienced for something like this.
I saw when you were cooling down, you were just grinning from ear to ear. It must mean a lot to be able to go back in there for the first time in a while and produce a clear.
Definitely. I mean, I'm super happy that I could do it for the team. My family is here also, so it's great that they came to support and that we were able to show them that we can also do it.
Plan for round 2?
I was just running away from the team there. We're sitting down and discussing it, so I do not have a plan right now.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Not a plan just yet from Anna Kelnerova, but quite interestingly, just over my left-hand shoulder is the table from the Prague Lions. And if I do turn my head Peter de Vos, Niels Brown Seals, having a conversation there with Annika Narova. And there you go. You see that? There's the Prague Lions having a bit of a conversation. Neil and Peter on the phone there as well. I wonder what the conversation is and get some round 2 reaction. That's a lovely shot there, by the way, of what it looks like for the teams in between rounds. Speaking of what is impressive, well, Scandinavian Vikings and Neil Ferrin was very, very good today. Again, once more, jumping clear on Derry Glenn Obsidian, I beg your pardon, and Johan Sebastian Gulliksen, just a single fence down. It keeps them very much in the mix on 4 as well. Let's hear from Neil Ferrin after that wonderful clear.
Neil, well, it's just the second stage that you're jumping for the team, but I feel like you're really proving your strength in the team already.
Yeah, that was a great round from that mare. She's not that experienced, and I was delighted with how she jumped. She's a very good jumper.
It was the first time jumping for her in the team as well. She's relatively young still as well. Can you tell us a little bit about her?
Yes, we have her about a year now, and she's developing well. She jumped last week in Cannes and had 2 good rounds at a smaller level, but she stepped up today and did a good job. So looking forward. It'll be experience for her the next round, but looking forward to it.
Did she surprise you about just how well she coped with the arena and the atmosphere today?
She did. She really surprised me. She took it well, and I was delighted with how she went. Yeah, really happy.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Some reaction from Neil Ferrin there after going on to jump clear for the Scandinavian Vikings. We continue with some post-round 1 reaction, and how nice to bring Falkenswart United into the conversation. Hans-Dieter Dreyer, a man who was successful in Madrid with the team a couple of stages ago, now making life look very simple. Hans, every time we seem to have you around, Falkenswart United are doing superbly well. It was a victory in Madrid. It's double clear here this afternoon. Are you the magic touch for Falkenswart?
No, I don't think so. But today, Gilles and me, we had 2 very good rounds, and now we have to concentrate for the second round to bring it home.
Talk to me about round 1. 5 double clears makes it sound like it was easy jumping, but we saw some very high scores that tell you otherwise. What was your thoughts on round 1?
The course, it was a good course, but not on the limit. And the horses, they are jumping really good on this ground here, and for this we have a little bit too much clears.
Your horse is already 16 years old now, coming on in years, but that's great experience. How was she doing today?
He's a really great fighter, and he's careful and really scopy, sometimes a bit sensitive, but if I stay quiet on him, then normally he jumps clear.
Can you tell us more about Calista? Only 9 years of age, Gilles' horse. We don't know much about Calista. Looked superb. Made it look so simple.
She jumped really, really good. It was the first time I saw her, but it looks really, really good.
What is the plan for round 2? Has there been a conversation with Jan, with yourself, Gilles? What's the plan?
Gilles is riding the same horse. I will change my horse. I will ride Elysium in the second round, and then we will see what happens.
Can you tell us what the conversation around Falkenswart is right now? The team is looking very good. As I said, victory in Madrid, now in the conversation here again. Is there the feeling that 2025 can be a season for Falkenswart United to again, whether it's be on the podium at the end of the season or maybe win everything? Is there belief that there is enough firepower in the team that this can be that year?
Yes, sure, we believe it. We have some really good riders and some really good horses in the team. With Jan, we have a really good team manager. He's pushing us every time, and we are really motivated.
Okay, well, listen, best of luck for the second round. We hope that it is a good round for Falkenswart United. You say that you are not the magic touch, but I have a feeling that maybe you and Gilles are different. When you guys are around, there's success for Falkenswart United. So thank you very much. Hans-Dieter Dreyer joining us live in studio. Falkenswart United, one of the 5 teams that find themselves on double clear. Let's hear from the leading team, the Doha Falcons, who are the quickest of the 5 double clears.
Well, Julian, what a fantastic start it was for the Doha Falcons. And as usual, you are the speed machine as well. How tough was it in there today?
Yeah, the course was very, very nice because it's not too big, but like this, the speed make say something. And so it was very interesting to ride.
Jerome, we had quite a few double clears in round 1. Were you expecting that after walking the course?
We expect, but we wanted to be clear. We need to be on the podium one time because the last few shows we were not so good. But it's a good start. It's not finished yet. There's the second round, but I saw Julien. He did a super run fast, and I knew that I had to be also nice and clear. That's why we did, and we are in the lead for the moment, but still one run.
Julian, you were saying to me earlier that it was a very fair course in there. Do you expect the same for round 2, or do you think it's going to be quite a jump up?
Yeah, for Blood Diamond now it's in the good form, and I hope the second one will be not too hard, like I say, not too hard, because he jumped the 2 runs today, so it's something to jump 2 runs with one horse. So I hope Gregory will that.
Well, you're the leading team after round 1, and we wish you the best of luck for round 2. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jérôme Garret and Julien Aquetin, the current leaders at the end of GCL round 1. The Doha Falcons, the best of those 5 double clears. They will most importantly be last to go come the end of tonight's start list. That will be unveiled to you in a few moments' time. Let's show you virtual rankings. We love this game. If you were to press stop right now on the Global Champions League, what would it look like come the end of the afternoon? What would the table look like at the end of the night if we were to stop things immediately and give the Doha Falcons their 30 championship points? What would happen then if we were to give Madrid Emotion, Falcons White United, going downwards, the points that they have earned here tonight? Interestingly, the Shanghai Swans and the Cannes Stars would still find themselves in the top 2 positions. Falcons White United, because of that 3rd place finish, would now hold on to that 3rd place. Madrid Emotion would climb beautifully, so they would make up a major jump, and not too much movement in and around the rest of those teams. But if you move on to that 2nd page and hand over 30 points to the Doha Falcons as the winners of GCL Stage 6 here in Tropez. That'll be a bit of a climb for them because they have been struggling towards the bottom half of the table, and that would be a massive, massive jump up the overall leaderboard for them if they were to be afforded all maximum points. You see, they would jump up to 72. Quite ironically, despite going on to win today, if they were, they still find themselves in 12th position. Does that not perhaps indicate just how difficult it has been for the Doha Falcons thus far in 2025? That is the virtual rankings at the end of GCL round 1. If you were to stop right now, how would things look? Well, that's an indicator for you. Before we close, Rosie Turner joins us in the studio. She's been running around on the ground, getting thoughts, reaction, comments from the riders. We see you just had a chat with the Doha Falcons. Dare I say, based on how things have gone thus far, that's a bit of a surprise for what we've seen this season, Rosie?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And as Jerome had said himself, that they haven't had an easy few stages. So actually, I think this was maybe a bit of a, not surprise, because they're such phenomenal riders with great horses. But this is the boost that maybe they needed and they haven't had for a while. I think Julien said to me something really interesting, which I thought was nice, that he said, it seems like the course designers really thought about it. It's hot today. You know, actually, the stables are super nice and airy and everything, but it is hot. And I feel like the course designers really thought about that and made sure that everyone's not jumping massive rounds every round. But we never know, because round 2 could always be a massive step up. But I think that's nice that he really acknowledged that as well.
Is the surprise perhaps that there are 5 double clears and 5 teams on 4? That basically leaves, you know, 60-70% of our entire field separated by just a single fence. That makes it quite intriguing going into round 2.
Definitely. That's what I was looking down at my sheet going, actually, where are the faults? Because there aren't actually that many. And today, often we see that 1 down is not really a big deal, but actually 1 down today is more of a big deal. That is expensive today. We've got so many that are going clear. It also makes round 2 incredibly exciting, because it's almost like we're starting on a clean sheet for round 2.
Absolutely, because any of these teams that are on 4, Istanbul, Stockholm, Scandinavian Vikings, Cannes, Monaco, Prague, they're just a single rail away from that chasing pack. So any of those teams on double clear, they just need a single fence down, and all of a sudden those teams that are chasing them are very much in the mix as well.
Yeah, it's a
so that's a wonderfully balanced afternoon we have.
We also have quite a few fast riders in the team as well. Also, Gilles' horse, who we haven't seen before, is
He was jumping again in round 2, by the way. That's what Hamsi Drea just said. How do you jump a 9-year-old in a 1.55 round 1, then for a 1.60 in round 2? If you have the talent that Gilles has and you can produce that as with a 9-year-old, I mean, that is... It's just indicative of how sensational he's been recently.
Yeah, he said to me earlier, actually, that she likes that speed. She needs a bit of that speed to get over and have the oomph to get over. She loves it as well. He said that she just thrives when you take her into a ring. She's really enjoying it. So it's really exciting to see, as we know, Gilles is such an accomplished rider now. We often think of him as still quite young, but he's not. He's so accomplished. He's done so much already for the team and for the show. So I think it's amazing to watch these 9-year-olds coming through with him, and you just think, wow, where can he go next?
Yeah, the future is incredibly bright for Gilles Thomas. 27 years of age now. He has established Grand Prix winning horses here on the Longines Global Champions Tour. He has won team stages in the Global Champions League, and still now going on to lead and perform and produce double clears with 9-year-olds. It is a very, very bright future for Gilles Thomas. A little bit of conditioning taking place in the ring. We catch our breath and we return for the build-up to Global Champions League Round 2. Before we get there, let's remind you exactly as to where the Global Champions League will travel to in 2025. We offer and promise you a ticket to the world. This is where the GCL is heading.